Hey Leo, thanks for coming to the Ferret Den. We're keeping things warm and we're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you for April 3rd to the 9th. So, the only thing to take note of for this cycle is that we have a full moon in Libra on the 6th. So, if you want to figure out how those energies work with you, then go ahead to your favorite astrologer so you can look at their forecast and see how it affects you and your sign and all that jazz. But full moon in Libra on the 6th. So I think that is an EST for me. That's a Thursday. So wherever you're at. I didn't say my prayer yet, but already I'm like getting something. So as always, Leo, step into your heart space. Let the dust physically, spiritually, emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. And we're just going to jump right in because I channeled somebody before here and I channeled somebody before this. So like there's already something coming through. So thank you guys for connecting me with the angel energies guiding Leo and for the spirit energies guiding Leo, sun, moon, or rising. So I'm hearing something about hiding. I didn't mean to rush through the prayer, sorry. But they're saying something already about maybe there's something about being in hiding or going into hiding. I'm not really sure if that could be like a confirmation message for some of you. I'm not really getting elaboration on that, but it might feel like you are hiding or you're shielding yourself from the world. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it was your sign last week that also got this message as well. But anywho, let me sit with your tarot for a second and see if anything else comes through. Oh, someone's making pizza in my building. I smell it. It makes me want to make my pizza. I have pizza. I just made pizza yesterday. It's in the fridge. I must have inspired somebody. Guys, that feels like a message in itself. I don't know why. I usually, when I like smell something, I don't say anything because this is around the time where my neighbors cook. But it feels like you have something to hide. But if you share it, if you share what you have, like what you've been hiding, if you're sharing it, you could inspire others to do the same. Man, that pizza smells so good, guys. I'm not going to take a pause. I really want to take a pause. My stomach's about to grumble and grab my pizza. But you know what? We ain't doing that right now. So it really feels like that you can really inspire somebody. Like if you've ever think of a moment when you've ever felt inspired, Leo. Think of a moment where you've ever felt inspired and notice how it made you feel. And you could do that in other people. And I know that might not be what you would expect me. I don't know what people would expect me to say, but it's almost like, I don't know if you're just not expecting to hear this, but I feel like I'm feeling the energy of not really expecting what I'm saying. I feel people go, oh, like, I feel like you would inspire a lot of people because you're very gifted. I just heard you're a very gifted individual. You have a lot going on right now with the Eight of Wands. This could be a lot of talents. I feel like there are many pressures around too. There are many pressures around to, interesting. They said make the cake good. So some of you it could be actual cake. I feel like it's symbolism though, because there is somebody in my life making a cake. So oftentimes they'll tell me things from my own life and I'll use it as like they'll be like, use that as context to relate to the energy. It does feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. It feels like there's a lot of pressures. But this isn't quite like my scenario, or my friend's scenario here. But essentially, it's almost like you have this talent and you're expected to do well by it. You're expected to meet a certain performance, or I would say give a certain performance to meet specific expectations, Leo. And I feel as if there's just so much going on. There's just so much other crap involved. Like, I don't really know. Spirit saying, no need to explain further. So if this applies to you, then you already know. But it feels like there's so much going on. It feels like there's a lot of energy. You're expected to meet certain standards. Something's going really quick, really fast. I don't know if maybe you work in a fast-paced environment or maybe you have a deadline rushing up to meet you. It's almost, the feeling that I'm getting is somebody tripping and then seeing the pavement rush towards their face. And you're registering in your mind that it's coming for you and that you have to stop it, but you're not able to move fast enough. So there's just something here about something going really fast and there's a lot of stuff going on. Spirit is saying you're equipped to deal with it. You're equipped to handle this mess. It feels like a monster of a situation. It feels like it's almost like things are going so quick that you can't really breathe. But from this, because you're equipped to handle it and because you're you, there is some kind of rebirth. I'm hearing reformation. There's something here about reworking or remaking the system. There's something here about reworking the way that you do things. And you are earning your strength from this because you have the death card and you have the strength card. So I feel like you are gaining momentum. You are gaining strength at this time. You are rising up to the challenge, basically. And I feel like whatever it is that you're hiding, whatever this extra spice is that you got going on, really taking the time to, I just heard, take a deep breath and let it out. So this could be something you're nervous about sharing, but I feel like this would add a lot to your enthusiasm. It would add a lot to your passion if you would channel that in. So if you channel in your extra little bit of light, this isn't like using it up. I feel like this is something that once you start using it and people start recognizing it, or once you bring it to the light and shine light on it for others to see, you will feel inspired to continue. Like, it gives you strength and it helps you reform things. It helps you move things around. Excuse me, Leo. It helps you move things around to where you can better navigate your challenges in the future, and it can help make you stronger. And again, strength is also just, sometimes we get this card with you, Leo, like with the because it's got the lion on it, so this is like your card. You're really in your energy when I pull the strength card, so I really do feel like this is pulling from the positive attributes of the card, where it's not like you need strength in times of wariness, but I feel like you are building off of it. You are building, you are rising up to the challenge, you're gaining enthusiasm, and I really like that. The Two of Swords here, this is something, this energy is indicative in your environment. So this feels like something that surrounds you at this time. This feels like, usually when the Two of Swords comes up, it's a choice that you have to make. But I really just feel like these are two opposite ends of the battlefield. Two energies that are at work. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a choice. It could be two sides of something, but there's something in your environment where two things are being presented, and then you're left to figure out, well, which side am I on, or which side do I root for? And I feel like you're taking charge. The Knight of Wands here says that you're taking your own path, or you're formulating your own opinion, or your own desires, your own way of doing something. And again, you're the herald of change is what that is so weird. I just got the chills just now. Oh, I wonder if I can find it. Literally, when I'm holding up both the Death and the Knight of Wands, as soon as I picked those two cards up, I got a flash of this card from the Shaman's Dream. And I'm going to see if I can find it, but it's called I think it's like the Herald of Change or something. Let me see if I can find it. Hold up. Sorry, Leo. We're going rogue here and taking this deck out. I wasn't even planning on using this deck, but I'm really glad that I had it nearby. And I'll also take note to link it in the description below, so that way. Horseman, Herald of Change. Quite literally taking the Knight of Wands energy and the Death energy together. I'm going to read that card, actually, because I did not expect the appearance of that card, so I'm assuming it's got something to say. Good news, caution, Herald of Change. When the Horseman appears here, he is inviting you to spread the good news. Everyone already knows the bad news. Your task is to point out the beautiful when others only see the ugly. Note the possible, no matter how implausible it may seem. This does not mean becoming giddy or blindly optimistic, but rather reminding yourself that every storm cloud has a silver lining. Become a herald of the positive. Put away the fatalistic attitude, the dire predictions, the dreadful expectations about the world or about your life. Declare the arrival of a new and better you. Hello? Death card. Reformation, this rising up as a new you. Proclaim that you have risen from the realms of the dead. What did I just say? Death card. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop now. Woken from a long, dreadful slumber and are back on the world stage. The show is on again. The Horseman cautions you to not allow your exuberance to become hollow or trivial. Be sure that there is substance to the news you spread and you are willing to live up to the expectations you raise. The world will welcome you with open arms as you share an uplifting message. I literally was just thinking here as I'm reading this, and I didn't want to interject the message too much, but it feels like you're a messenger here. It feels like you're a messenger in this argument or these two sides or these two viewpoints or whatever. As the herald of change, this Knight of Wands energy, again, this is quite literally the Death and Knight of Wands card together. That's crazy. That's insane. So I love that this book is able to convey this message better than I am. But the Knight of Wands does have a, like the shadow side of the Knight of Wands is that he can be too overzealous. He could be too impulsive. He can move forward too quickly and not quite think through his passions. So I do like how that's kind of reiterated in this Horseman card and the Herald of Change. Like, you are quite literally, like, through your transformation and through gaining your strength, you are now bringing light something. This, whatever you're bringing out into the light, whatever you are hiding, bringing your perspective into the light could ease the situation or help it. Heed the horseman when he shows up once, for he bears good news and is announcing a prosperous and peaceful time. When he shows up twice in the same reading, though, use extreme caution. If you heed his warnings, all will turn out well. So, and he didn't show up twice in a reading, but I really feel like this is another call to say that when you bring up your light once, if you shine your light once, that should be enough. And I'm not saying you should be consistently shining your light, but don't beat a dead horse, basically, is kind of what I want to go to. So if there are some people who aren't willing to listen, you don't have to keep shining your message in their face. They're obviously not accepting it. And, that's just like, time to move on and focus your energy on more productive things. But anyway, I'm going to leave that right out for you. And I'm just going to pull this off to the side because you were not going to be joining us, my friends. So your focus for this week, I'm going to pull more oracles for you here, the ones that I originally planned on doing. What's the main focus for our Leo this week? Whoa! Okay, you have 2 focuses. Okay. So you have self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. This is truly holding yourself and letting you know that you do have something to say, that you are worth more than what you've been given. Is what I'm hearing. So you don't deserve everything that you've been given in life. And by that, I'm sorry, let me correct myself because that did not come out the way I wanted it to. You don't deserve a lot of the icky or evil or bad things that have happened to you in life. You don't deserve them, and you actually deserve way more. You don't deserve the things you've been given in your life because they are not suitable for the amount that your spirit deserves. And Spirit is saying that you you are worth way more than everything compounded that you have ever seen. There's something here about like up here, like you're here, you've been given this much in life, but you need, if you're not looking at the camera, you really need to look at the camera to see this. If you've been given this much in life, this is how much you've been given in life. Ready? And Spirit is saying you deserve this much. That's like twice as much. That's like more. I mean, it's priceless, So really, just like that's how much love that they have for you, and your angels want you to see yourself how they see you. So that's always what I say because it's true. Once you start seeing yourself as an angel, then angels start showing up to you. I mean, like for me, I start connecting with angels a lot better, and I hear their messages a lot more clear when I see myself as an angel. So really see yourself as that beacon of light. Think of yourself as worthy of more than you have ever had, been treated. Like you are like divine abundance. You are like divine in the essence of which you were brought here, and you were born with this beauty, this golden light, this golden beauty. So really take the time to understand that, acknowledge it, and accept it, because you got acceptance too. So radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. So shining your light, putting yourself out there, and really trying to, be that herald of change, you just kind of need to let the flow go, basically. You need to let the flow do its own thing because you can't control the flow. The flow goes on its own wherever it goes, no matter how much you want it to turn, no matter how much you want to cry and feed your tears into this river, no matter how much you want it to steer in a certain direction, no matter how much you pour, I don't think anyone could ever make a whole river with their tears, make a whole new river with their tears and change the flow. The flow with the river, it's just going to go wherever it goes. So, and only like God, the angels, divine, whatever you view the universe as, or whatever you see on, like, you know, however you connect with that, it's almost like, you know what, I wouldn't even say they can control it. I don't think control is a thing. I think control is a man-made concept, and I think things are as they are, and it just is. I like that. Things are as they are, and it just is. There just is. So this is an acceptance of yourself, and this is acceptance for the flow and the change around you, that things will be. You can put your energy out there, but things will be as they will be. So in terms of your angel prayers card, let's see what else we have for, you're just getting cards all over the place, Leo. Dang. Like, you have peace and harmony, Archangel Reguel. Oh, I know I'm saying that wrong. I really got to look up his name because I've not been saying it right, I'm sure. Archangel Reguel. Thank you, Reguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. So this angel is working with you at this time. This angel is making sure that peace and harmony are brought to the situation at hand. I just heard a quote from a movie come in, and he was like, we're here to rectify some wrongs. Like, I don't know, he just came in like, oh, who was that? I feel like that was from a Disney movie. But no, that might have been from Shrek the Third, Pixar movie. So that might have been, I feel like that might have been from a Shrek movie. But no, coming through with something really strong. It's almost like some people are blinded, or somebody in the situation I'm hearing is blinded. So this angel is coming in to ease the battlefield a little bit, getting swords to sheath, and, you know, basically having them, I just heard letting them lay down their hands. So yeah, so I know, like, because I work at an elementary school, and I tell my students, no hands, use your words, not your hands. And I feel like with the no hands, they're really putting their hands down, and you will not be, like, I feel like you just won't be harmed. Like, you know, nothing's going to be harming your spirit right now. Like, they are doing what they can. This angel's doing what they can to protect you and to bring peace for all involved, because nobody wants to sit in this gross energy. Nobody wants to sit in this battlefield-like energy. Also, you have leap of faith. I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. So really, again, this is kind of like one of those moments where I said what I said and I meant it. Really understand that you have the power to change things. You have the power to change things. You have to see it differently for yourself, is what the angels are saying. See it differently for yourself. Understand that it can be different for yourself. And then also, I never get this card, so I'm excited when I see it. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Really, again, test yourself. I just heard test yourself. Test your faith. Really take that leap of faith, guys. I'm telling you, really take that leap of faith. And I feel a reluctance because I hear someone going, I'm not doing that. Maybe give it a try. Maybe give it a try and you'll see. Really sit with it. And again, the reiteration. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. I just said Archangel Reguel will help make sure you are safe by bringing peace and harmony. And this is, again, double reassurance. Usually, which is interesting that I said that it'll try to keep you safe, because Archangel Michael is usually the protector. I do feel some Archangel Michael in this energy, especially with this blue light on the Moonology card. But Archangel Reguel is the one that you want to pray to if praying is in your practice, in your spiritual practice, because that's going to help invite them in. Really just whoever you work with, invite them in. Ask them to take hold of the situation and just surrender. Okay? So, like, speaking up and speaking out, like, being that herald of change, and then just letting everybody else take over, letting the universe take over. The flow will happen as it's meant to happen. You are safe. Expect powerful change at this time. I'm going to roll the angel dice for you really quick because I feel like we are way past our time here. Cards just kept popping out for you, Leo. Dang. 2, 6, 5. I'm pulling from Angel Prayers. That's right in front of me. Angel Numbers. Sorry. Angel Numbers by Kyle Gray. 2, 6, 5. You are being invited to show up for yourself the way you show up for others. Self-love, guys. Self-love. The way you've been loving other people, start showing that little bit of love to yourself. Again, you are being invited to show up for yourself the way you show up for others. If you offer a listening ear to other people all the time, are you offering a listening ear to yourself? Just just think about like the little nuances like that. Okay? Really understand how much you are dipping into your well to give to other people, and notice how you can fill up your own well. And with that being said, thank you so much, Leo, for allowing me to connect with your energy. Thank you to your angels and your guides. Thank you to my angels and my spirit team for helping me channel this awesome message. I can't wait for this week ahead for you, and I'm really sending you all the blessings in the world. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'll see you next time.